listening to the CHGO White Sox pregame show, coming to you live from Studio A of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I'm your host, Sean Anderson. You can follow me on X at Sean_W_Anderson. You can follow the show at CHGO_White Sox. That is Herb Lawrence.
Hello.
You can follow him at EcknerAll23. He's our CHGO White Sox community leader.
I knew we were going to be in Studio A. That's why I wore the hat.
Oh, hey, mercy, friends. They're down 3-1 to the Buccos.
Already?
Acuna led off with a homer, but then Key Brian Hayes, a 3-run homer. The old Earl Weaver method. Get two guys in and drive them in. Hey, the White Sox need more of that. We're going to talk a little bit about this game.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It doesn't mean anything. When we were talking before the game, or before the show started, that this game is useless for the White Sox. Only thing they and us as fans can hope for is to ruin the Yankees' playoff chances a little bit further. We kind of did that a little bit with the Guardians, taking 2 out of 3 from them this weekend, and that's what they have to play for. There's no real youngsters on this team that I'm like, hey, I want to see this guy play, because they still have Yasmani Grandal on this team, because they still have Yohan Moncada playing with his bad back, because they still, well, not today, but Tim Anderson's out because of got hit with the ball yesterday, but he was in the lineup initially. This is the thing. Elvis Andrus still on the team too. Why? What are we doing? I appreciate Elvis for what he's done for the year and a half he's been here, but it's enough. We're done. Go to another team. Have him be free, because there's nothing that I'm going to get from this last 2 months except for Luis Robert that I'm like, okay, that's going to lead us into 2024, and I'm looking forward to it. Not even Touki Toussaint, which is going to be on the team next year, and Jesse Scholten's going to be on the team next year. So
even with that's your third and fourth starter.
Yeah,
Touki Toussaint and Jesse Scholten.
And that is so sad.
Holding it down,
oh my
folks.
God, that is so sad.
I know, and you mentioned too, like hurting the Yankees' playoff chances. But I think the most important thing too is every time the Yankees lose, you get to cheer that David Ortiz video of "the Yankees lose."
Courtney sends that to me every time that happens. When the Yankees do lose, especially versus the White Sox, it's like, I love this so much. Even though she knows I don't rock with David Ortiz too tough.
Hey, it was funny.
Yeah, it is pretty funny.
So we do want you to read Vinny Duber. He's got a piece up at allchgo.com talking about Keenan Middleton and how it's already a disaster this White Sox season, as Herb was mentioning. 22 games under 500, and answering questions about public criticism, or the clubhouse culture being publicly criticized. But the guy that's kind of at the center of that is Tim Anderson. Pedro Grifol today, and this is from Vinny Duber, said he initially had Tim Anderson in tonight's lineup, but TA's forearm was a little stiff after getting hit with a pitch last night, and Grifol chose not to push it. It'd be a good time to serve a suspension. Again, I don't understand why he got 6. Ramirez got 3, and then Clase got 1, right?
1, yeah.
Yeah. I think someone mentioned that it was like previous stuff with Tim that he got more than 6. I find that a little BS. I was supportive of no suspensions. They're probably not going to do it again. They're not going to play for the rest of 2023. Who cares? Nothing came of it on Sunday. Who cares? But I think it's a little crap that Tim got 6.
It is, and yeah, it would be a great time with the forearm injury, him with his whole year being personal and professional life not being great. 6-day break. Just get away, do whatever you need to do, go with your family somewhere, whatever you need to do. Serve your suspension somewhere else and get your mind right. And if you want to come back after those 6 games and play again, cool. If you want to just chill on the bench for the rest of the year, smooth, because it doesn't matter. But to actually have him in the lineup after getting hit with that 97-mile-per-hour fastball from Garrett Cole, and he could just serve a suspension, which no one cares about, except for him, apparently, and the White Sox. Just serve it. Like, you're not going to get reduced. If it does, it's going to get to 5 games. And then it's, you can't choose the series you're going to go against. So get him out versus the Yankees. Get him out versus whoever they're playing this weekend. I don't even know who they're playing this weekend at Guaranteed Rate Field. Ooh. Probably the Minnesota Twins or some shit like that. But it's foolish for him to be playing these games when the 6-game suspension is looming. This could have been one of them where he was not going to play anyways, so might as well get the rest of the 5 out of the way. And when you have a road trip next Tuesday, he's fresh, ready to go, his mind's cleared, and if he wants to play, go ahead.
I'll give you 28 8 guesses
Okay.
to name who the White Sox play next.
Okay. Christian just gave me the guy,
Oh,
but
okay.
I would not have guessed the Brewers.
I don't think you would have. I wouldn't have either.
I would not have guessed the Brewers.
We do have the.
So it's another team we can ruin.
Hey, we got the NL Central coming up. Hey, let's flash the graphic here. We do on the 16th of August have an event coming up, a CHGO Crosstown Takeover. We head into the north side, Wrigley Field, beautiful and historic Wrigley Field. If you sign up, you get your choice of the Sox or Cubs north side or south side shirt. You also get a ticket into the game. You get entrance into our pregame hangout, and you get to hang out with Herb, Cody, and myself. And it should be a good, fun, spanking old time at beautiful and historic Wrigley Field. So very excited to hang out there, and make sure you buy your tickets at allchgo.com. We sold out for the Sox one, and more people the better.
Exactly.
More the merrier. So make sure you're heading out.
It should be a beautiful night at Wrigley. I haven't gone the whole year, so this will be my maiden voyage for Wrigley Field this year, and then I got one more game in September, and that's it. But it's always a good time at Wrigley Field, even though I don't like the ballpark too tough because it's old and lines are long and I got to pee in a trough. But come on through. Watch the White Sox get destroyed by the Cubs, or the White Sox ruin the Cubs' playoff chances, just like the Cubs kind of killed the White Sox season and then shot themselves into the stratosphere after that.
Yes.
I would hope the White Sox, man, it'll be nothing better, just ruining the Cubs season. Come on down with us, crabs in the bucket. Bring your ass with us.
You started talking about the White Sox winning, and honestly, I just blacked out.
Yeah.
I just did not.
Yeah, I
make
love your
any
analysis.
sense.
Yes.
Yes. I
Yes.
know, this is really
Bring
hurting
your
my
ass
brain.
back here. We're not going to play us, neither are you, Cubs.
Luke and Cody would honestly short circuit if that happened.
my God.
I hope it doesn't happen for Cody's sake.
Hey, just so I can get Cody back, because, I told him when the White Sox went up 7-2 in that game versus the Cubs, the inning after, they overtook the White Sox. I told him when the White Sox went up 7-2, I was like, the Cubs are winning this game. I didn't think it was going to happen the next half inning, but, it'll be great. The pictures of you see Cody now on CHGO Sports on the YouTube, when the Cubs win, they show his excited face and then me next to him just dejected. I want to pay that back. So come on through. Get some tickets at allchgo.com. You could see me cheer right in Cody's face. And are you going to be there too, Corey? I can cheer right in Corey's face too. Oh, I can cheer in Cody's and Corey's face,
Scream.
man.
Just I'm gonna leave everything that's built up and pent up in this Irish man. I'm gonna scream at my coworkers.
I want Vinny to yell at
so
Ryan
toxic.
Herrera, too. Right in his face.
I'm going to buy an old style and just jump and throw it down the drain because it's crap. It's not fully croissant. It's terrible. This is delicious. So
That is delicious. Shout out to Goose
they
Island.
They have Goose Island at Wrigley Field. I know that.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, last year at least they did.
Hey, shout out to Goose Island and Wrigley Field for making that happen. Maybe they should put a giant goose head out in the right field of.
Still waiting for ours.
Well, that's true.
That thing's just somewhere in storage. And since that is left, the White Sox have been terrible. Coincidence?
No.
I think not.
Let's go to the starting lineup for your Chicago White Sox. Leading off, Elvis Andrus playing shortstop. Why? Batting second, Andrew Benintendi in left field. Batting third, Luis Robert Jr. in center field. Batting fourth, Eloy Jimenez at designated hitter. Batting fifth, Yohan Moncada at third base. Batting sixth, Andrew Vaughn at first base. Batting seventh, Yasmani Grandal at catcher. Batting eighth, Gavin Sheets in right field. Why? Batting ninth, Zach Remillard at second base. I bet he'll bunt a ton. Herb, are you excited?
No, the seventh hitter. Why isn't that Carlos Perez?
No, why isn't that Sebi Zavala against the Yankees?
He's hurt. That's the only thing.
Oh.
He's hurt. If it was, yes, it would be 100% have Sebi in there. But Carlos Perez should be playing all the time. I should never see Gavin Sheets ever play baseball or start a game for the White Sox again. Where's Oscar Colas? He should be playing all these games. And Zach Remillard's fine. But Elvis Andrus? No. Get him off the team. And then, Pedro's got to put him in leadoff spot because that's where the shortstop bats leadoff. So I got to put Elvis up there with his terrible hitting this year. Just a dumb team with a dumb leader and a bunch of bad players.
Oh, and a bunch of culture. Culture just spewing out the mouth. So Vinny did say last homestand, because we asked him, we bugged about him, and
Yeah.
we said, hey, ask Pedro about Benny batting second. Last homestand, Pedro Grifol said he wanted to bat Andrew Benintendi in the number 5 spot, setting good runners in scoring position numbers. Hey, how many home runs did he have with runners in scoring position this year? How many home runs does he have with runners in scoring? 0. How many does Gavin Sheets?
shots.
3.
Oh,
and Gavin
God.
Sheets sucks.
He does.
Didn't last long, just 3 games. After looking at it, Grifol decided Sox were better off with Benny in the number 2 spot, where he's been in 5 of the last 6 games. Grifol, quote, I watched it for 3 games. He can hit anywhere in the lineup, but he's really suited for where he is right now. He's an on-base guy. I thought guys could get on base in front of him and let him drive guys in, but he's going to get on base for these other guys, because the other guys, they're not good at getting on base, but they're good at getting the guys in. You know, that's what we know. You know, the guys that are really good at getting on base, they usually bat 5th, and the guys that are good at scoring guys, they're batting 2nd. So
That's how I learned.
we'll figure it out, man. I don't know.
Yeah, on base guys bat lower in the lineup, and then the guys who drive in runs earlier in the lineup. It's genius stuff by Pedro Grifol. Oh my God! Like, I had faith that I gave him enough chance to actually be good. I thought all the reports we were getting, he was going to be better than this, and he hasn't. And maybe, as the managers don't matter that much. Apparently they do. Off the field, 100%, because the clubhouse is a effing mess, and now he has to take over the culture as a first-year manager. It sucks. You think those players are going to respect him with no skins on the wall and a bad record? No. They're going to walk over him, too.
Well, and Joe, I don't mean to be disrespectful to you. Pedro's advanced analytics are smoking crack. If you think Pedro's using advanced analytics, you are smoking the crack. He's just not. We have not heard anything in the past 4 months that say that this man is analytically based, analytically inclined.
I thought he was.
I thought that would be more of an idea or more of a philosophy for him, and maybe it is, but this man plays everything so close to the chest, it's not even funny. And a lot of that is just old baseball talk. He's good with runners in scoring position. We love seeing the guys get on. It's the old Earl Weaver crap that I mentioned. You love seeing a guy get on base and then another guy knock him in with a homer. And it's like, well, Andrew Benintendi doesn't do that.
And Christian asked who would I want it before the season started as the manager. I think we were both in lockstep with Joe Espada.
Yes.
But, what reports were, and I don't know if they've been corroborated as yet, that the White Sox weren't interested. And Joe Espada was like, I need this, that, and the other. I need a lot from you guys, and they were like, nah, we're good already.
That's what I think it is that they needed a lot. They needed a ton of help with their analytics department. I mean, I've tried to compare what Pedro was coming from with the Royals and how large their staff is, and the White Sox are really falling short with that. And what we see this year is that Jerry Reinsdorf is trying to limit the size of front offices for Major League Baseball teams, because he doesn't want to spend that money on his team, because he's going to put $185 million out on the field, and that's it. It's going to be 185 for the team and the team only, just the players on the field. And again, the White Sox need a lot more help in the health department and the analytical department. So maybe Pedro's not getting the support that he wants, but I would have loved Espada, and I would have loved Espada with a full analytical department. Let's go to the Yankees side of this thing. Leading off, Jake Bauers playing first base. Batting second, Arron Judge as their designated hitter. Batting third, Gleyber Torres at second base. Batting fourth, Giancarlo Stanton in right field. Batting fifth, William McKinney, the president. Really good to see that he's alive.
I'm going to say, he got shot and killed, so it's good that he's playing on fifth for the Yankees.
Was he assassinated?
I think William McKinley was assassinated.
He was shot. I think Lincoln.
I know Garfield, McKinley died. I thought he died in Buffalo.
Reagan was shot, but he didn't die.
He did not die.
Lincoln famously was shot and died.
Yes.
Kennedy famously was shot and died.
Yeah.
McKinley was shot.
In Buffalo?
Did he die?
It was in Buffalo.
Oh,
but did he die?
I got it.
Yes.
He died. Well,
Yes.
everyone dies.
Yes.
But did he die from the shot?
I would assume so.
I
Yes.
don't know.
Oh, no,
You assume so.
He did.
Look it
In
up.
Buffalo, I am 100% sure that McKinley died. Not
He was
Billy
shot on
McKinney.
the grounds of the Pan American Exposition in the Temple of Music in Buffalo, New York on September 6th, 1901.
Okay,
I
he
know
was
my-
assassinated. All right.
William McKinley history.
Amen. Hey,
This is the weirdest lineup we've ever gone through.
what's the highest peak in all of the United States?
Mount St. Helens.
No.
K2.
No.
I don't know. What is it?
Mount McKinley.
You were right there.
In Alaska.
I don't take the context clues too well.
No, you don't.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I could try to. It was
You're right there. You're
layup for you.
Ooping it, and I was like, no.
Batting 6, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Batting 3rd.
Delicious. I love kind of falafel.
Little fried chickpea. Who doesn't?
Oh,
7th, Harrison Bader in center field. Batting 8th, Anthony Volpe at shortstop. And batting 9th, not even going to try.
Made up guy. Ben
Used to be on the Twins.
It's a bunch of
He's their catcher.
letters put together.
Ben, I'll go to Baseball Reference. You just see that name, and none of those. There's an R, there's an R, there's a T, there's a V, there's a D, there's a T. Rortvet. Ben Rortvet is their catcher. Best of luck to him. All right, let's talk about the pitching matchup because outside of Arron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton, pretty mid lineup.
That is tough. Yeah, I know that Anthony Rizzo was dealing with the concussions, and he was playing with that for like 2 months and not playing well at all. And finally, like, hey, yeah, sit your ass down. But yeah, that's trash. And the pitching matchup, Clark Schmidt versus our guy, Touki Toussaint.
Our guy, Touki Toussaint, your third starter for the 2024 Chicago White Sox. Stephen Nicholas's guy.
He is my guy. I like the reclamation projects. I really do.
Your guy Brent Honeywell didn't do all right, but
he got out of a jam.
I
How many
guess
runs
he
did he give up?
None.
0.
Touki with the Sox, 37 and 2/3 innings pitched, 382 earned run average, 24 hits allowed, 36 Ks, 22 strikeouts, a 1.15 ERA plus. Clark Schmidt, 109 and 2/3 innings pitched, a 4.35 ERA, 113 innings pitched, 103 strikeouts, 30 walks, and a 97 ERA plus for Clark Schmidt. This is the second time that Clark Schmidt has seen the White Sox this year. We saw them back on June 6th, 6 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, 3 earned runs, 2 homers, 1 strikeout for Clark Schmidt. The homers coming from Sebi Zavala and Sebi Zavala.
Wow, I forgot.
He's got 3 multi-home run games. He's got 11 career home runs, and like 6 of them came in 3 games. What do you feel? I mean, do you know who's going to win?
Oh yeah, the Yankees are going to win this game because I don't know if the White Sox are going to score any runs. Even though Clark Schmidt gives up a fair amount of doubles, I think he's 4th in the league in doubles given up with 31. That's why I did with the DraftKings. I did the total bases for Vaughn, Benintendi, and Robert at 2+. Because I think all 3 of them will get doubles at least. And so I don't know if the White Sox can keep up this winning. They've been winning a lot of games. 3 in a row is a lot. They've only won, 5 in a row is their longest winning streak. To win versus playoff-bound teams or teams that are trying to go and win a 4th in a row, I would think it would be very hard. I know Tuki's going to give it his all, but I think Arron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton have been held down enough, and I will see a couple home runs from those guys.
Yeah, hey, we'll see. I think the Yankees do win tonight, and I think it's probably in some bullpen shenanigans. I think Touki Toussaint's probably going to strike out like 8. He struck out 10 or 9 Rangers last time. The Yankees are pretty bad. I think he probably strikes out a ton, because it'd be hilarious. But then Brian Shaw comes in for another 2 more innings. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's going to be some shenanigans. I feel like Arron Judge is probably going to go deep. 8th inning? Like, he's going to be a late homer. They're not going to walk him. We're going to be like, why didn't you walk him? And we're going to be like, who cares? Of course you didn't walk him because this is just a nightmare. But
why are we playing some of the players, like you just brought up Brian Shaw. Like, I understand you have to get people on your team. Get him off the team, too. He's a million.
He's a legend.
Get him off the White Sox team. There's no thing there. There's nothing we're going to see from him that like, hey, we can bring that sumbitch back. No. Give me some other arm down in AAA or AA that's doing nothing right now, wallowing down there, and release Brian Shaw again. And this time, don't bring him back. Give me some live arm down there that it can actually contribute to the future of the White Sox.
Luis
Not
Patino.
Some 35-year-old, 36-year-old Brian Shaw. We know what he offers. Just a rubber arm with some fastballs and sliders. Great. Get your ass out of here and go to some other team.
I respectfully disagree. I want to see Brian Shaw on the team for next year, on the team for the next year after that. I want Brian Shaw, the zombie, to pitch for the White Sox. Betting wise, I'm only betting homers. Homers have been very fun for me to bet on.
You've been winning a lot.
Huh?
You've been winning a lot.
Ryan Mountcastle hit. Matt Olson just hit a single. It would have been nice if it went over the fence, but it didn't. But I feel a pull to the White Sox today. I would bet Judge, Steven bet it at plus 190, but that's a horrible number. I'm betting Robert plus 450, Vaughn at plus 500, and then my click to pick, the number 2 hitter of the century, Andrew Benintendi, at 12-1. He's going to hit his first home run as a White Sox at home.
Do you think
he's not homered at guaranteed right field since 2019 as a Red Sox?
And Matthew, I got it, but I don't care if Charlotte's bad, and I don't care if the pitchers in Charlotte are bad. At least they have futures. Brian Shaw has 0 future.
Lane Ramsey's a big motherfucker, and he's got a big future because he's huge.
I would. Do you think he's going to actually hit a multi or a 2-run home run or 3-run or a grand slam today?
Benny?
Yeah, instead of his solo shots that he's hit already?
No.
I would like for him to hit 3 home runs so he can only be 5 home runs away from that 10, so I don't have to pay you $100.
I would love if Andrew Benintendi hit 5 home runs tonight.
I'll be great.
If he set the MLB record for most home runs in a game, it'd be like when Scooter Gennett hit 4. And that was a miracle. I mean, I think it'd be electric content if Andrew Benintendi hit 5 to even 10 homers in a game.
I think we would talk about that in the postgame probably for like 5 minutes out of the hour.
I think I'd have to quit my job.
I would just talk like for just 5 minutes, real quick. Nothing. Hey, good job setting the major league record, Andrew Benintendi. White Sox still lost by 5 runs. And we'll
Benintendi
go on.
hit 5 solo shots, and the Sox lost 6-5. See you tomorrow night.
That's White Sox. The White Sox stuff. Herbert's asking for competence. Wrong team to expect. I got it, Christian. It's frustrating to watch this team, but I still have the standard that I have set and that Rick Hahn has set, that they want to compete for multiple championships. Competing for multiple championships means that you try to see who's on your roster and see who's going to be on your roster for next year. You know that Brian Shaw is not on your roster. I know that Touki Toussaint and Jesse Scholten, for how they've pitched this year, are going to be on the roster, and that's not good enough. I know they've pitched well this year. Well, and I'll put those in quotes. But you can't go into next year with Dylan Cease, Michael Kopech, Touki Toussaint, and Jesse Scholten's, and then 5th guy, whoever that is. And knowing the White Sox, it's going to be something like, I think we mentioned Hyun-Jin Ryu or something like that. It's like a retread, a guy that used to be good. It's kind of old now. That's White Sox stuff.
It's also Touki Tuesday. Shout out to Alex Rude who just texted me that.
Get $5, right? $5 beers and hot dogs and stuff today.
That's true. My brain is really not working today. You just made a good point.
I was just talking about the pitchers, the starting rotation, and all these bad people are going to be back, and then Brian
you better
Shaw.
watch your mouth though, because you're literally saying like, "Oh, Brian Shaw is not coming back." They brought Alexander Colomé back this year.
Yeah,
he could be on the 2024 team. The thing about Brian Shaw is he's cheap.
Yep.
So I don't know. On this blessed Touki Tuesday, hopefully he goes 5 innings and shows some competency. We'll see. Final score prediction again?
I think the White Sox are going to lose this game. The Yankees are going to win 7-2.
I like that you're picking a Vaughn click to pick here.
Yeah, damn right, because I think Andy is starting to hit, starting to see the ball a little deeper and crushing the ball. And maybe it's just by happenstance, like I said to Vinny, that since they've been talking about him as a leader, I've seen leadership, and I've actually seen actual good play from him that has been, as of late, probably in the last 5 games. And I think he can take Clark Schmidt deep.
And you used that fun Bader thing yesterday, too. Bader
Meinhof.
Yeah, Bader Meinhof. There you go.
He's playing center field for the Yankees today.
Harrison Bader Meinhof.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll be having a little post-game show after, so make sure you tune in after the White Sox take
Bauer
on
sucks.
the Yankees.
He sucks. Stop putting him in.
Yeah.
He sucks, Tom. Trevor Bauer sucks. Stop putting him in there. Absolutely sucks. He's getting crushed in Japan. Stop it. No one wants him because he sucks, and he's a terrible person.
Couldn't say
And
it.
yes, other Sean, Clev will be back because people think he had a good year. Is not one of those people are right here, because pitching 5 innings is not a good year. And then being hurt for most of the year is not a good year. So
Yeah, I mean, he's not even over 100 innings yet. So, we'll see. We won't probably talk about Clevenger Bauer on the post-game show. And
then Tom will go, oh, it's great.
Nope.
Yeah, those were guys.
Oh, boy.
Sucky players.
All right. We'll pull Herb away from the chat. Goodbye, everybody. We appreciate it.
I'm just making me mad.
Hey.
Jerk.
We appreciate everybody watching, and make sure you hit that thumbs up button. We'll talk to you post-game after the White Sox take on the Yankees. Thank you, Stephen Nicholas, for producing the show. Am I forgetting anything, Stephen?
No.
Okay. All right. That's Herb Lawrence. Follow him on X at Ecknerwall23. You can follow the show at CHGO_White Sox, and you can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Bye.